And I'm Brittany.
And this is Out of the Loop. Hey. Hey. Right? And we are third episode in. Hey. It's like the 100th.
Yeah, not really.
But woo, yeah, third episode. Okay, so tonight we're going to be diving into dating.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Sounds awesome.
How's that going for you?
Sounds pretty great.
All right, let's divert the conversation and back to the topic. So tonight we're going to be talking about dating, and I'm going to go back to the dictionary, and I'm going to look at the definition of what dating means according to Merriam-Webster, and it defines it as a series of social engagements shared by a couple whose end result is to get married.
That's very interesting.
So essentially Webster says if we're dating, we go together forever. And like forever. So yeah, so
that's the end result. That's the intended end result at some point.
Which is very surprisingly traditional. But there's like no other definitions for it. That's like the one listing. I mean, I'm sure, but on that one, that was the one listing. So let's get into the nitty gritty. What does dating mean to you?
Dating. What does dating mean to me? Okay, put me in a spot. I'm not really prepared today.
What do you mean?
But yeah, no. Dating to me is just, I really like just going with the flow in terms of like my way of dating and getting to know somebody. That's how I've always like gotten around to getting to know the people that I've dated in the past. It's just kind of like, let's see where it goes. Nothing really too like, oh, okay, things have to be like this, or like we have to by this many dates be like in this, and like no, like
you're not making like rules.
No, I don't really have any like strict rules in terms of. I mean, that doesn't mean I don't have standards, but I don't have strict rules to the way that like
it goes
actual relationship forms.
Like the way the flow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Dating for me is different because I'm in a relationship and I have been for like 40 years.
Yeah, but like, what is dating for you in general?
No, I'm just saying. But no, I don't remember. No, dating for me is kind of similar. It's really about just kind of how I connect with the person, how I feel, and what we start to do. If it's kind of like repetition, or if I get to a point where it's kind of like just me and you, I'm gonna presume that we're not necessarily dating, but we're on a track to date. But I don't really like hold any not standards. I'll have standards, but I would agree that I don't really hold any like bars or sets. I mean, I look for particular things to help me like pick if I really want to continue with you or not. But I think everybody has like a natural, selection kind of thing. Dating is...
Yeah, but it seems like, I know we was like talking about this earlier, but it seems like a lot of people don't really like have they have a particular flow, but like there are like set rules. And,
yeah,
apparently
I'll say that I have thought that I might be on dating somebody because I'm like, oh well, we went on I would say 20 dates.
Right.
And like, you want some come through type stuff, you sleep over, we're chilling, like I got things over there, like we're dating. And at any point in time, if homie said, oh no, we're not, like we was just talking, I honestly would be thrown off because I'd be like, oh damn, like I thought that this is what qualifies as like dating, but there's really, minus Webster, there's really like no set definition for it. It's really incumbent upon like who the person is and I guess just how they handle it. Like I'm a person that doesn't consider buddies as dating because I feel like that's what it's there for. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we're doing. That's a whole separate entity, and so
Yeah, and I mean at the end of the day, I mean for me, I still see that as kind of dating. If we're gonna be like in relations and like it's not always necessarily that route. But I feel like sometimes one person or the other person may actually see it as that, and things like that can kind of go off. So for the most part, when I'm in relations with somebody, you know, I'm like, okay, we in relations regularly. Okay, what's up? You know, like, cause I ain't trying to have no gray areas. You know.
See, I mean, like, if you're not in consistent relations with a particular person, I feel like if you're in relations and, you know, if that's your thing and you're in multiple or you're going about, I don't even see that as like dating. I just see that as like, you know, excuse my language, but we just fuck buddies. Like, and
and I mean, I can see that, like, that's definitely something that people do. And that's definitely a route that people choose to go down. And if that's the route you want to choose to go down, you know, that's cool. Just, you know, sometimes that gets a little dangerous in the world of dating. And I feel like, you know, everybody's felt the fire in, like, having, if they have entered a relationship that was more like, you know, we friends with benefits, you know, like things like that. Those things always kind of, not always, but a lot of times they don't go too well in the end. So you know, I just try to stay wary of that, be careful of that. In my life, that's what I'm, you know, trying to.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I can attest to that. Younger me was about that particular soul said life. But, you know, presently, no. That's foolish.
Anyway,
No, but yeah. So I'm gonna get into. I totally forgot about this, but earlier today, or maybe a couple of days ago, you were on Facebook and stumbled across. Was it like somebody's post, and they were talking about communication with your significant other or whomever you're dating. If there's a lack of every day, then there's no relationship.
Yeah, and like I found that kind of odd because I don't really feel like it's necessary for you to talk to your significant other every single day. It's just like, you know, I put up the like analogy, like, you know, when you really think about like 20, 30, 40 years ago, like we didn't, like cell phones weren't even a thing where you could call the person that you were dating every day and really like connect with them every day. You just lived your life. And like, and I just feel like right now we're in a time where everybody just feels like you need to like constantly like be like attached into like somebody or something like every single moment of every single day, and like oh, I love you, so we gotta talk to each other every single day to affirm our love to each other.
And to listen to you breathe. I'm not about to, especially if like, or if it's to the point where like for people that live together, for me, honestly, if I got a call or a text from my significant other, like I might be a little jarred. I might be like, oh shit, something's wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Not in a bad way. It's not that we don't communicate, but it's just like, we live together. I'm not, you know, like, you know, every now and then I might be like, hey, boo, what you doing? You know,
and even
but
if you don't live with your significant
and even if you don't, but you
like,
know,
it's nice
it's
to understand that it's okay to have time for yourself. It's okay to be alone. Once in a while, it is cool. Even when you're in a relationship, you do need your space to yourself, and they need the space to themselves as well. And, you know, it's always nice to, like, you know, give your relationship room to grow and air to breathe, you know, so it can grow, because otherwise it'll suffocate, you know, over time. And I mean, again, everybody's relationship is different.
Right, so I was going to say, and I can't say, you know, if that's your thing and that's what y'all do.
Right.
Do that.
Because there's definitely relationships where people like they are under each other every single day, and it's beautiful.
And it's fine.
And I'm just like that's wonderful for you.
Yeah, it's dope.
But
like
I could not.
I could not. And I mean that like I would know, like respectfully, I could not.
Yeah, I could not.
But it's beautiful to watch you and
you enjoy that. So, you know.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. But yeah, that's pretty much dating for me in a nutshell.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say like the other thing that I guess we had touched based on was like had touched based on with basically when we were talking about oh my gosh, I'm forgetting it. What were we just talking about? We were talking about I think the different like stages of dating and like how different people view like certain things differently. Like, okay, say you think that you're talking to somebody, you think
Oh,
you're like
yeah,
going with somebody,
yeah.
and then at the
Okay.
end of the day,
Okay,
like
okay.
they don't like she had given the example earlier with herself, like, you know, you thought you were going on 20 dates with somebody, and like I have been in situations where I'm like, oh, okay, like we're going out on dates,
Right.
and so that means we're dating, and then the other person's like, what?
No, girl, you crazy.
We're just friends.
Not
It's
you.
just like, wait, what? Like, I mean, yeah, we're friends, but I thought we
I
were
thought
trying
it
to
was
get
like
to know each other.
friends,
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
mhm.
oh, no? Okay.
I definitely almost forgot about that. That is very true, and I did touch upon it lightly with the whole buddy system. No, that's super true. I definitely have put people in a position, and I have been put in a position where I'll feel like, okay, well, these are the guidelines based on like society and where we are. These are the guidelines to dating, so I'm pretty sure we're about to be in a relationship. And I've been told like, oh no, I just assumed you was talking to other people too. Like, oh, do your thing. And I was like, oh, I thought we were trying to do a thing. So no, that's definitely true. Because that just brings back the guideline things. It's like I get these, these faux pas from, I would say, watching TV and watching, like grown-ups around me and seeing them interact and seeing my concepts and my ideals about how I assume that the dating world should go, and then, hearing your
Yeah, society definitely shapes us a
Yeah.
little bit in terms of, like, how we should date and, like, who we should date, how we should date, and things like that.
how you should express it,
How
too.
you should
Like,
express it.
if it's
and,
not
like,
on social media, did it even...
Right, like, like, oh, he doesn't call you, so he doesn't love you. Just different things that, like, other societal pressures kind of put on you and how you actually date and go about dating, and like how you think about the situation. Because I feel like a lot of people drive themselves crazy when they're dating.
I agree.
Yeah, like really, it's like it's not that deep sometimes, and like sometimes you just have to let some things go.
Right. It should just be like free flowing, and like I feel like people kind of gotta remember, like you just said, honestly, they have to remember like there's nobody that you have to outdate. Like it's not a competition. It's really about enjoying yourself.
And I can't say that it's always gonna be free flowing because
I just mean But
in the dating process, early in the beginning process, I think definitely you should just let it go, just let it flow. If you want to talk to somebody, if you want to text them. Hey, babe.
Right.
Like and vice versa. Like if you don't feel like talking to them, then you can talk to them later. Like it's cool. Like. Don't overthink it. Like I feel like that's another thing that people like really do a lot today in dating. Overthinking the process, like super thinking. Hey, but I mean that was the last thought I guess I had to throw out there.
Yeah, that's real too. That's definitely an aspect of dating. That's definitely something that definitely occurs with people, and I think the best way to handle it is really just to kind of be upfront about what you're seeking from a person. That way.
Yes. That's something we've been touching base on a lot.
Yeah, like you can honestly knock a lot of stuff out of the way. I mean, some people they'll start off up front, and it may not be what they thought it was gonna be. So you can't be mad at that either. Sometimes it just goes that way too. Right. But if you're genuine, you like, yo, listen, honestly, I'm a person that where if we're doing this, we're in a relationship, and that's how I view things. I don't know if you share that. If you don't, many respects to you, I'm bowing out. Right. If you do, hey, what's up? Yeah. And I think that a lot of people kind of forget that part because a lot of people, sometimes they get in these situationships, and they may be mad about, like if they thought they were dating and someone is like, no, we're not. Now they're upset about it, and it's like, well, I'm upset at the other person, but you also are upset at you because, especially if you might have told them and they told you, oh, okay, well, I'm not with that, but you still proceeded in hopes to, because sometimes that does happen too, and things can evolve, and you can sometimes change a person, you have to be very aware with that. Yeah, and you have to be aware of knowing, and not necessarily change a person, but sometimes people can see the importance and significance of actually being with you and it growing from there, but sometimes people don't want that, and you can't knock them for that. Right. And, so that was definitely a last thought for me too. That's a good point. That's definitely a good point. I'm glad we touched on that. Good stuff, B. Good memory. But that's pretty much dating out of the loop or in the loop.
And women,
you know.
breaking cycles.